Hello and welcome to Phoenix Cinema Podcast. I am Chris Austin.
And I'm Luke Parker.
And this is a podcast where we discuss the program of one of the oldest picture houses in London, Phoenix Cinema. And today we are discussing James Gunn's new movie, Superman.
Yes, in this fresh and ambitious take, James Gunn's Superman places the iconic hero at the centre of a global crisis that blurs the line between saviour and threat. As the world teeters on the edge of conflict, Superman faces mounting pressure from rising international tensions, mysterious metahuman forces, and a media landscape eager to question his every move. But the most difficult battle may be a more personal one, forcing Clark Kent to confront painful questions about his alien heritage, his responsibilities to humanity, and his true identity. As powerful interests seek to weaponize his legacy and twist public perception, Superman finds himself isolated, doubted, and pushed to the brink. With support from Lois Lane, his loyal dog Krypto, and a new gang of heroes, he must reclaim his place not just as Earth's protector, but also as a symbol of hope. So, Chris, were you excited for this one?
Thank you, Luke. Yeah, I wasn't particularly excited.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I don't know. I'm not.
Are you an OG Superman fan?
I'm not really.
I know it's one of Stefan's favourites, our editor. He's obsessed with that film, I believe.
That's right. The original,
Yeah.
Yes, Christopher Reeve, Richard Donner's Superman. I think it's one of his favourites.
Yeah.
But yeah, Superman was never my favourite character, or I wasn't ever really endeared to him. But at the same time, I'm indifferent. Like, I don't really care. I mean, I love the other Superman films, and I'll enjoy a Superman movie any day. So yeah. So I'm not deep into like the comic book lore.
Yeah,
of Superman.
Exactly the same.
Okay.
I describe myself as more of a Batman fan. I enjoyed the originals from the 70s. And when I watched them every now and then, they were usually on TV.
Yes.
ITV2 standard.
Yes.
So I enjoyed them, but again, just like you, I was never really that involved in what was going on in the lore, and I'm not a massive comic book guy either, so
Oh, okay.
I'm not that familiar with everything that's going on. But
oh, cool. So we're kind of in the same boat there.
Yeah.
I for some reason in my head I thought, oh, Luke must be like major comic book guy into Superman.
No, I mean, this film actually went kind of under my radar for a while. Not until like a few weeks before it came out, I was like, "Oh shit, there's a new Superman film coming out," and oh shit, it's James Gunn. Like, I didn't even realize. So somehow I missed out on that. But yeah, and in terms of like the newer DC Universe films, I've, at least compared to like my relationship with the MCU, I've been really detached from it. In fact, I think the only DC Universe films that I've seen have been Man of Steel and Wonder Woman, the first one.
Wow.
I never saw Justice League. I never saw Batman v Superman, any of or Aquaman, any of them. Never saw The Flash.
You never saw Batman v Superman?
No, and I think that's probably for the best.
100% it is. You should never turn that movie on. Yeah, it's funny because this is essentially the start of a whole new
a bit of a reboot.
Slate. Yeah. So James Gunn has taken over this franchise, or the studios, and even the logo now. It's DC. Is it called DCU Studios now?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, as opposed to whatever it was before, DCEU.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Yeah. So. Yeah, I think Superman is the one that kicks off this whole new, and they've placed James Gunn in charge, which is fun and exciting because I think he's a fun and exciting filmmaker, right?
He is, for sure. So if this is the start of a new like extended universe, maybe this is a really stupid question, but is Robert Pattinson's Batman part of that, or is that something completely separate?
It's a great question, dude. It's a great question because I think technically Gunn took over 3 years ago, so there was still like a backlog of films that were being made and in production, and
because we had the Suicide Squad, didn't we?
Right, which was Gunn's film.
Yeah, and that's the same. Well, I'm assuming it's the same universe as this because it had the Peacemaker in it.
Who
also had a little cameo in this.
So that's what I'm super confused
Mm,
about. How much of the previous iteration are we accepting as canon?
yeah.
Is it all of it, and now he's just he's steering it in a new direction, or is it a whole new? Well, it can't be a fresh slate because you're right. Because Peacemaker
Well,
makes a
maybe that Suicide Squad film, the second one, the good one, was like maybe that was like the clean slate and the start of the universe.
maybe, yeah,
I don't
maybe
know.
because that was Gunn's
Hmm.
first DC film, I guess.
Yeah,
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 I really don't know, but yeah, I'm curious.
yeah. I'm curious to see how it goes, especially after this one.
Yeah, so what were your thoughts?
I had a really good time with it. It was a lot of fun. It had a lot of heart. Um, I think something that a lot of people will like about the film, but it's something that I maybe struggled with a bit at the start, is that there's not really any setup to the film.
Right.
The film opens with like some exposition on the screen, which is fine, but we're really jumping into like Superman's prime here. And
Yeah, big time.
when it's like a brand new slate of characters and a new slate of faces, that's a little bit of a bold. Well, say that's a very bold move to make.
I agree. Yeah.
And for me, that was a bit of an issue. I think a lot of people will like that, the fact that it gets stuck into things really quickly. But for me, it made me maybe not care about the characters as much because they were just so new and there wasn't really any depth to them. I don't know how you feel about that.
That's such an interesting point. Yeah, and I see what you mean. I mean, again, overall, totally agree with you, dude. I thoroughly enjoyed this. It's so entertaining. It's
Hmm.
so much fun. But yeah, that opening, it is bold. You're right, and I mean, I love it. I love how it doesn't retread the origin story of
That's
Superman.
true.
Gunn,
Yeah.
we've seen it so many times, and Gunn just accepts that. Listen, I'm sure everyone knows the story of
Yeah.
Superman, so let's just get to it.
Hmm.
However, you're right. How much do you sacrifice in terms of character development?
Hmm.
And he's already dating Lois Lane, who
Hmm.
knows Clark Kent is his alter ego. Lex Luthor is well established and appears to have been hunting Superman for years by this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Society knows who Superman is, and the film begins right after Superman has lost the fight for the first time. A
Yeah.
fight that we weren't privy to.
Yeah. It feels like
So,
you're just dropped into the chaos a bit, and as a viewer, it takes maybe a little bit longer to get your bearings about what's going on with
for
everything.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, it's it may be controversial, but I don't know. I enjoyed it because for
Mhm.
me, I was just like, look, this is a Superman movie. I'm just going to accept basically whatever comes at face value here, and let's just see where it goes. And because it's such a fun film, I was able to put it aside and be like, let's just go with this story and this new cast of
Yeah.
characters. And
Yeah.
yeah, and for the most part, I had a good time. So I don't have a major issue with it
Okay.
at all, but I can see how it might be a little jarring.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. And I mean, talking about James Gunn as a director for a moment, I really like James Gunn's style, and I think he has a very distinct style and a very distinct tone that he doesn't really sway away from very much.
Yes,
And I think in terms of like trying to reinvent this DC universe and Superman, I think he was a pretty perfect choice, and he does a great job of kind of blending a really heartfelt, soulful story with a great message with his kind of usual light, kind of comedic stylings. Yeah,
absolutely.
I think really, really good job.
Yeah, I agree. And it's funny because it's like you can tell James Gunn's made the movie.
For sure, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're so right. He's got that signature
Mhm.
style. It's got that Guardians of the Galaxy
Yes.
DNA to it.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy is like one of my, if not my favorite part of the MCU. So
Right, yeah. And you're so right. It's so distinctive as
Mhm.
part of the MCU. So distinctive. It stands out from the pack.
100%. Yeah.
Dude, I never watched Suicide Squad. I only watched the terrible one. I never saw Gunn's one.
Gunn's one is a great time. I mean, just like this one, just like Superman, it's nothing. He's not reinventing the wheel here, but he's making a story that we're familiar with really fun and engaging in a kind of refreshing way.
Okay, I think it's jumped right to the top of my list, to be honest, after seeing this. Yeah.
Okay.
What did you think of the cast? David Corenswet,
Yes.
who plays Superman.
Do you not think he looks a bit like a young Brendan Fraser?
Oh, I can. In my head, I've just seen it.
Yeah.
That's a great
I thought
shout.
that straight away. I really like him. He's very charismatic, and this is a Superman who's dealing with like a very significant internal conflict about like his heritage and what his role is on Earth, and I think he does a really, really good job of conveying that.
Yeah, totally agree. He's, I mean, he looks the part.
100%. Yeah.
He really does. And here, he plays the role with real charm. And what I liked about it was a real sense of vulnerability too. He doesn't so much play the alien side of him, but very much the human element of the character. He's fallible in a way.
Yeah.
And so susceptible to making mistakes, and yet is so inherently good. He will even save a squirrel when it comes to a massive like fight in the city with carnage everywhere, and that's a real difference from especially Snyder's Superman, who, I mean, that is mass casualty. I mean, that is the destruction and the chaos there is insane.
He was really, really good. I think, to be honest, there was only really one issue I had with the casting, and not even necessarily with the casting, but it was Rachel Brosnahan. I think I'm saying that right, as Lois Lane. I just think maybe it was not necessarily her, or maybe it's just the way her character was written. She just felt a little bit flat and quite uninteresting.
That's a shame. Yeah, that's a shame. I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of... So, by the way, I mean, Superman has not been loved across the board. I think it's a very controversial film. People are either really enjoying it or they are dismissing it entirely.
Yeah, I mean, generally, I think it's definitely leaning more positive. It's got an average of 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd, which...
Oh, great.
For a superhero movie in 2025 is pretty notable.
Yes, impressive, yeah. But one of the things I've heard is there's a lot of criticisms I've heard leveled at the film, but one of them is against, maybe like you said, Luke, it's not so much maybe Rachel Brosnahan, but the character of Lois Lane, and how sidelined she can feel, as the film goes on.
That might be a product, though, of what we were talking about before, of how we kind of just jumping right into the middle of the Superman story.
That's such a good point.
Lois Lane she already is with Superman. She already knows Superman's Clark Kent. So a lot of kind of her arc in the typical Superman stories has already happened. There's not really much else for her to do.
It's a really good point.
And even the stuff that she does do in the film, maybe hopefully I'm remembering right, is pretty inconsequential. She's kind of just there saying things.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a certain way about her. Did you ever watch her show, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel?
No, but I've heard great things about it.
It's really good. Yeah, I've seen it all. And if you watch that show, you'll know she's got charm to spare. And I think you see that here. She's good in this. She has this really snappy way of talking, and she's got this energy to her that is really, it's, I really like it. Maybe it helps if you're familiar with her TV work, because it feels as, you associate her with, with TV, with certain characters so much. No, I really enjoyed her, but I can see the issue, and I think you made such a good point with we're jumping straight into a story in which the major, development of her character in any Superman story has already happened, and we haven't seen it. It's so interesting because Superman is such an iconic character and has already been told in the most iconic way possible by the original 70s movie.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who steps into the role of Clark Kent Superman has got massive shoes to fit into.
Yeah.
And that goes the same for anyone playing Lois Lane, because Margot Kidder in the original film, you're so right. I'm thinking about those moments where she discovers who, Clark Kent is and who Superman is, and the growing friendship / relationship that bounces between the both of them. That's unparalleled. How do you ever reach that? You can't. It will never be satisfying again.
Yeah, and it's definitely, like you said, it's less an issue of her acting. I think it is just, the writing and what her role within the story is.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Agreed. What did you think of Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor?
I think he was pretty perfect for the role. I love Nicholas Hoult. I think he's one of the
same.
He's one of the few actors around today who's kind of shoehorned into every movie that I don't actually mind, because he's
unlike Pedro Pascal.
That's just because he's so bloody good. And I don't know if this is like, I'm just trying to think of his filmography now. If like we've seen him play a major villain in a franchise before, or anything kind of similar to this role.
Nicholas Hoult. I'm not actually sure. I feel like we should have.
Yeah, he's got that. Maybe it's just because he's English.
Naturally makes a great villain. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm looking now. It doesn't look like it, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
Did you see his role on that? What was that TV show that they did recently, and it got cancelled? Unfortunately, The Great. Did you ever see?
Oh, where he's like the Russian Tsar or something like that.
Yes. Yes.
I saw a few episodes. I haven't seen it all the way through.
Okay, I mean it probably goes down as one of the best roles he'll ever do.
Yeah, I've heard people love that show.
Yeah, it was. Unfortunately, the final season didn't quite live up. Maybe that's why it got cancelled. But he plays evil so deliciously well in that movie. So yeah, it felt like a natural progression for me.
Mm-hmm. I guess again, I'm just kind of saying the same thing again here, but because we're dropping into the middle of the story, it doesn't really feel we have much motivation behind him.
Right.
Like, it's not really clear to us why he's doing all these evil things that he wants to do.
Yeah, and he's clearly modeled on like a modern day Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk type character. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It feels like there's a lot of parallels to our modern day society, doesn't it? I mean, the movie starts with already a political scandal involving Superman and his, stopping a war or an invasion of a particular country, and
very topical.
Very. I mean, it's a fictional country, but I mean, it's obvious that it's all meant to draw real world parallels, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did that play for you? I mean, I didn't mind it at all. I mean,
I think it's a good thing. I really like it when films are able to be like have some kind of commentary or try and draw parallels to what's going on in the real world. But I like it when it's not massively on the nose.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard some people disagreeing with that, but I mean, even if it is on the nose, I didn't feel. I mean. I didn't mind it. Yeah, I didn't mind it.
It's not an issue at all.
No. But you're right. I think Nicholas Hoult is great. He's great in everything. And what I liked about he plays Lex Luthor with this real intelligence and fury that I really like. Yeah. He commits, and that's Nicholas Hoult. He's fantastic.
And one part of his role that I did really like, and, a spoiler warning here for the next 30 seconds, is when he loses, I really feel the weight behind that loss. Even though it might contradict what I kind of just said, but we don't really understand his motive or why he's really doing all these things when it reaches the end and he's failed what he's trying to do. Maybe this is just a testament to his great acting, but I really feel like the weight behind his eyes of like the loss for him and the anger.
Yeah, for sure. I remember being struck by his performance. I don't know if it's particularly good writing or not, but it doesn't matter. Honestly, Gunn could have written anything, and Holt sells it.
Yeah,
it really does, and I believe that it meant everything to him what he was doing.
Yeah,
that's important.
Yeah, very important.
I totally agree with you. Totally agree.
What did you think of the Justice Gang?
I listen, I did not expect them to be in this movie. And I'll be honest with you, because I'm not into comics, I didn't know who half these people were.
Yeah, the only one I knew was Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't know who Mr. Terrific was. I didn't know who Hawk Girl was. It feels as if Hawk Girl, played by Isabella Merced, is the only one that really gets a little sidelined out of everybody.
Yeah.
She's not given as much to do as Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Or especially Mr. Terrific, who is played by what's the actor's name?
Eddie Githegi.
Githegi. Okay, yeah, he is really given space to shine in this film,
especially as the film goes on. Like the first time we see the Justice Gang, when they're fighting that big monster in Metropolis, he's not really doing anything at all. It's all kind of just Green Lantern. But as the film goes on, he definitely has more of like a consequential role in how the story progresses.
Yeah, he really. I mean, he has this. Gunn even gives him this standout sequence, which involves the song 5 Years' Time by Noah and the Whale. And, it's such a Gunn sequence in this one take.
Oh,
yeah. It's so good. But he's been given the most to do out of the three of them for sure.
Yeah.
And it's great. He's great at it. He was in the TV show For All Mankind on Apple that I watched. Yeah. It's okay. It's stunning in moments visually. Otherwise, it's very slow. But he's in it, yeah. And so, what was interesting too is a lot of this cast are TV actors. So many of these people come from TV shows, which I thought was interesting.
I didn't really recognize anyone apart from Nicholas Hoult and Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, there were faces I recognized that I'm like, yeah, I just don't know your name, but I've definitely watched you in episode after episode. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. It was so nice to see TV stars in this massive, big blockbuster movie and carrying it completely.
I do hope. Yeah. I really enjoyed the Justice Gang characters. I thought they were fun, and if they do continue with this universe, I'd like to see them definitely come back.
For sure. And especially Green Lantern. That's a take of Green Lantern I just haven't seen yet.
Yeah. Because there is a Green Lantern movie in the works, right?
Is there? With him, with Nathan Fillion?
Well, I don't know if it's with Nathan Fillion, but I think we talked about this with Ralph on one of the podcasts a while back.
Well, if anyone would know, it's him. We need to ask him. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, because Lanterns is coming out soon, which is a HBO series.
Oh, maybe that's what I mean. Maybe that's what I was referring to.
Yeah, and I couldn't be more excited because Damon Lindelof is involved in it, and he's my favorite writer. Yeah, so but I don't know. Is Fillion in that? Is it anything to? What's that even going to be about? I have no idea. Yeah,
interesting.
So yeah, really interesting. What did you think of the score? We've got two composers here: David Fleming, who scored The Alto Knights. Oh, really? You know about David Fleming?
I know about David Fleming, yes.
That's interesting. I didn't really, but
Because he did the Blue Planet 2 soundtrack with Hans Zimmer.
No
which is one of my
way.
favorite scores of all time.
Oh my god. I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
He also did the soundtrack to the Jim Henson documentary that came out last year. That was one of my top films for the year.
I remember that. Yes, the Idea Man.
Idea Man, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but okay, wow, yeah. He did the Alto Nights that we spoke about recently. And he does The Last of Us, which
the TV show.
Yes, which also stars Isabella Merced, who plays Hawkgirl in this movie, and John Murphy was the other composer.
Legend of the game.
Yes, apparently, yeah. He was Danny Boyle's composer for many films, including the first two 28 Days and Weeks Later movies,
he did,
and Sunshine.
In the House in a Heartbeat is one of my favourite pieces of film score ever written.
What's that from?
It's from 28 Days Later.
Oh, really? Can you send that to me?
Yeah, definitely. You'll definitely recognise it because I think it's been used in a lot of different things over the years.
Nice. Okay.
It's very recognisable.
Cool. Well, he also he's worked for Gunn. He did the Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, so he's familiar to Gunn. I'm not sure why we have two composers on this, but it's interesting. Yeah.
Most of it is David Fleming. I'm just having a look now.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, most of it.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, I mean, for whatever the reason, they've worked well together. It's a good score, right?
Yeah, it's a bloody amazing score. I loved it. It's one of my favourite scores of the year so far.
Sure. Amazing!
Especially the track you actually sent to me before I even watched the film, which was
it Last Sun?
Last Sun, yeah.
Oh my god!
I don't know if it's used in like one of the final shots of the film, in like the final action sequence, and it just goes so hard. It's so nice.
So hard, yeah. But I've got to say, I'm surprised that they used Williams' original theme. I personally find that very strange, seeing as this is a new take on the character.
I like it because it's kind of like a nod. It's like a bit of a homage to them, but they do enough different with it for it to like really fit this film, because it has the main Superman motif, but it doesn't actually complete the motif if you listen to it.
It doesn't. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It just takes an element of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I agree, dude. It's a good score. I think it works really well. It's funny, though, because when I hear those elements, when I hear that, how does it go? Now I've lost it. How does it go?
Oh, no. I don't know. Off the top of my head.
Do you know what's crazy?
Stefan put it in here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Please insert it here. Because now and it's a travesty, but I go straight to Zimmer's Man of Steel theme.
Well, that's a great score as well,
which I loved. Yeah. Oh yeah, da 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 da. That's when they take those moments. It just makes me think about how you can never top John Williams' original theme. I mean, that will forever be the all-timer, right?
100. Yeah, it has to be. I mean, John Williams, I think I've seen it a couple of times, but yeah, didn't leave an impact on me.
Okay, cool.
That's probably why I didn't then go and like make an effort to go and finish out these other DC universe films.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yes, that's fair enough. Yeah, no, I really loved it.
Cool.
Really loved it. Yeah. But again, it's so much darker. It's so much different. It's such a different take.
Yeah.
Did you, before we wrap up, what did you think of Crypto, the Superdog?
I think he was a great addition. I think that's kind of what I mean when I'm talking about James Gunn, like squeezing in this it's cartoonish, but to like a great effect and a great comedic effect, and it's really, it's got very much more of that comic book style as opposed to, like you said, with Man of Steel, this darker, gritty, dramatic feel. And I think Crypto is just the embodiment of that.
Couldn't agree more. That is the Gunn touch.
Yes.
Crypto. Yeah. I love that he's in a cape for the whole movie. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gunn is just great at using CGI creatures in his movies and making you care for them.
Yeah. And, I don't want to critique it too much because I actually quite like the cartoonish style of it, but like, it didn't, to me, feel like amazing, realistic CGI, but I didn't really think that's what they were going for, because even the big monsters and a lot of the special effects used in the film have this very cartoonish look, which is very reminiscent of,
true.
Again, with James Gunn, like the Guardians of the Galaxy films.
Yeah.
But I really like it.
Me too. Again, I find myself, it's hard to be nitpicky about a Superman film unless it was really bad, and it's just not. Yeah. So no, I think what Gunn has done is a lot of fun, and I'm so glad you enjoyed it too. That's what. Shall we move on to pairings?
Yeah, let's do pairings for sure.
This was really hard for me, and can I be dead honest with you right now? I only thought of a pairing on this call.
Okay,
that's how much I was struggling.
Well, I have a pairing, but it's a really basic, boring pairing.
That's okay. Do
you want to go first?
Okay, I decided to go with, and Stefan will love this, because this is also another one of his, I believe, favorite films of all time. So, Stefan, you're welcome. It is Unbreakable, M. Night Shyamalan's film.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
2000. Yeah, neither was I. I was trying to think of, all I could think of was Superman films. But yeah, no, I love Unbreakable. I remember the first time I watched it being so upset and so disappointed because it was marketed as the guy behind The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I was expecting, but I was expecting more of the same in a weird way, and that's just not what you get. But I remember rewatching it in years later and just going, wow, this is it's almost a masterpiece of
I actually haven't seen it. I've heard lots about it, but I have not seen it. I haven't seen any of this trilogy, actually.
Oh my god. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good, because I'm glad that this is still to happen for you. So I won't say too much, but there's just it's slow, it's patient. The filmmaking is incredible. The writing is incredible, and no, I'm not going to say anymore. But especially James Newton Howard's score is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it's one of those. The whole trilogy is like, it's been on my list for so long, but it's never got around to it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for how you're going to feel once you end that third film, but I will say, Unbreakable is brilliant.
Okay, nice. That's just bumped up the list for me.
Nice.
Yeah, bit of a boring choice.
Okay.
But I actually think somehow I just pair films with films that I've already paired before, and I'm pretty sure I've done a pairing of this film before. And mine's Guardians of the Galaxy, but the third one.
Yes. Yeah. You have paired that before. I can't remember what with though. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember, but
I'll find it.
Yeah. Again, I mean, it's a bit of a boring choice because it's James Gunn's film, and I already mentioned like the parallels between the Superman and just the whole Galaxy franchise. But the third one in particular, not only just because I think it's the best. In fact, the third Guardians of the Galaxy film is, I think, one of, if not the best MCU films.
You did say, yeah.
I probably said this before as well, but it just delivers, just like Superman, this really great, emotional, heartfelt story with a really nice message, and a lot, especially the third film, a lot of emotion. I don't know if you've seen it, but
I have seen it.
Oh,
yeah,
you have seen it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's so sad, but at the same time, James Gunn manages to inject his signature style of like great cartoonish comic book action and comedy. I think it's a masterpiece of a superhero film.
Wow.
That might be a hot take, but
yeah, you really love that. Really love that. I don't know if I ever felt that strongly about it, but I liked it. I don't know if I liked it as much as his first two, but okay, that's interesting. You paired that, by the way, with Mickey 17.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, cool. But you know what? I think it's a perfect pairing, dude. I think it's a perfect pairing because actually, when I was watching this and thinking about what other Gunn films this reminds me of, it has so much from Volume 3 specifically that I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes down to Crypto and how he can make this CGI you feel for them, you know, and it's that's cool. I love that.
Nice.
I guess I won't spoil it now. Maybe I was going to bring it up, but you know what? If no one's seen the film, I won't say anything. So forget what I was going to say. That's fine. Cool. Any final thoughts on Superman then, sir?
I was just very pleasantly surprised, and it's great to see what felt like a really original superhero movie. When, you know, I know it's a bit cliche thing to say now, but it's just a very oversaturated, overdone kind of trope and market. And I think even though people are generally getting a bit fatigued with the whole superhero genre, I think this will really help to inject a bit of new life into it.
Yeah, agreed. It's funny, one of my closest friends, Shaz, if you're listening to this, hello. And I hope you're listening to this and you're supporting me. I think his favorite character of all time or something like that, or I don't know, but he loves Superman since he was a kid. And I remember I called him and I said, look, are you going to go and see the new Superman movie? And he was like, I just don't care anymore. I don't care about all of this. I think, and it's speaking to exactly what you just said, the superhero fatigue, and also about how recently, you know, the DC universe has just been crumbling, and it just hasn't been up to, you know, even Marvel's been crumbling lately. And all of a sudden, and I was like, well, you know, let me know, because me and Luke are going to talk about it for the podcast. So I'm curious. I was like, this is your boy. It's Superman. It's your boy. And of course, next thing you know, he's gone to see the film and he's called me and he was like, I really liked it, man. Yeah. So I was like, perfect. Great.
And I've seen that with a lot of people, and on, well, I don't have TikTok, but on like YouTube Shorts, we're scrolling through, I see a lot of shorts of, you know, middle-aged plus men who grew up on the originals, you know, from the 70s, going and seeing this film and coming out and saying it made them feel like how they felt the first time they saw it back in the day.
Oh, I mean, you can't get any higher compliment than that. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, it's funny. I've heard the theory that it's hard to make a good Superman movie or tell a good story because he's so powerful and invincible. There's not much you can do with him outside of weakening him with kryptonite. But we've seen enough Superman movies now that prove you can tell a fun and engaging story. And I think Gunn has done really well here to exactly what you said, to give us something new that still feels like the character we know.
Yes, very well put.
Yes, which is not easy. Yeah. God, he did not have an easy job here. And I think he nailed it. Yeah.
Just a testament to like what a great filmmaker he is.
Absolutely. And also he's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm also head of DC Studios." That, I mean, you talk about the pressure, and this is how I'm going to start my slate. I have to do a Superman film?
Yep.
Well done, sir. Yeah, well done. All right, buddy. Well,
Cool.
I guess that's all from us today.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, Luke, as always, my friend. Our music and editing is by Stefan Krieger. You can find more of his stuff at stefan-krieger.com. Like us, share us, review us, subscribe to us if you like what you're hearing, and then join us next time to discuss whatever the Phoenix Cinema may be showing. Better yet, go and watch Superman at the Phoenix Cinema, and I will meet you there. Bye-bye.
See ya.
It was fun, fun, fun. When we were drinking, it was fun, fun, fun. When we were drunk and it was fun, fun, fun. When we were laughing, it was fun.